So we're gonna start off by taking our measurements. So I've made this little drawing here, and our first measurement is from the middle of our chest and to the side of our bust. And for my top, this is 16 centimeters. And then we measure from below our bust to the nipple, or the fullest part of our bust. And for my top, that's 4 centimeters. And then we need our waist measurement, which is all around the waist, so the circumference. And mine is 70 centimeters. And then we have number 4, which is the length from below our bust and down. And for my top, this is 9 centimeters. This is just a drawing that I made. And as you can see, we have our width, which is the first row that we're gonna make on the bra cup. We're just gonna make sure that it measures 16 centimeters. And then we go back and forth in rows until we have the second measurement, which is 4 centimeters. And then we just start to do the decrease on the middle of the row all the way up. And then we do the strap. And then we make one more bra cup, so we have 2. And then we put them together and make the body. So to make chainless foundation, we make 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. And into the first chain, we're going to make yarn over, hook through, grab the yarn, pull through. Now you have 3 loops. And now we're going to chain 1. And we have 3 loops again, and then we grab the yarn and pull through all 3 loops. That's 1 stitch. And now we're going to go into the side of the chainless foundation. So here on the side we have a stitch. So there are 2 loops. So this is where we're going to go in. You can see there are 2 loops on the side. So yarn over, stick your hook through the 2 loops, grab the yarn, pull through, chain 1, grab the yarn and pull through all 3 loops. So that's 2 stitches. We'll just continue doing this. Yeah, 16 centimeters. So I've made 36 stitches, which is actually 2 more stitches than what I made for the other top. So that just means that our gauge really changes. Normally I crochet a lot looser than this. So now we're just going to make 2 chains. So we're gonna skip the first stitch and go into the next. And we're going to make half double crochet. We're going to measure the height of our rows. So mine measures 4 centimeters now. And this is the depth of the bra cup. So when we have the measurement 2, we're going to do our decrease. And we're going to do this on the middle of every row. In my case, I started out with 36 stitches. And I'm going to say 36 minus 4, because 4 is the number of stitches in the middle of the row that we're going to decrease over. So 36 minus 4, that's 32, right? And then we say 32 divided by 2, and that's 16. So 16 is the number of stitches that we're going to crochet first. And 16. And now we're going to make 2 sets of decreased half double crochet. And we do this by crocheting together the next 2 stitches. That's 1. And then the next 2, So now the middle 4 stitches are made into 2 stitches, and then we just continue making our half double crochet stitches on the row. So that was our first row of decrease, and now we're actually going to count 16 again. So 1 and 16, and then you make 1 half double crochet decrease, so I just want to show you this other bra cup that I'm working on, and this one is a different size. So it's wider and the depth is bigger. I've just made 2 decreases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches I have. So instead of doing 1 decrease, I'm actually going to do 2 more decreases on this row to end up with 4 stitches. So 1, and then we make 1 decrease and 1 more. So depending on how many stitches you are at on your row, just either make 1 decrease or 2 decreases or whatever to get the right number of stitches. So at this point we're going to do the strap. So we're going to do increases until we reach this point, and then we're going to do decreases back, so we have 4 stitches on the row. I'm just going to do the 2 chains as I've done before, and then I'm going to make the first stitch into the same one, so I make it an increase, chain 2, and then again make the first stitch into the same stitch to do an increase. Okay, welcome back. So now I've done 1 increase per row on the strap until I have 18 stitches on the row. So we're going to decrease now with 1 stitch per row by making 1 decrease in the beginning of the row. And you do that for every row until you have 4 stitches on your row. So I am back with the bra cup with our first part of the strap. I've done the increase and the decrease. Now I just have 5 stitches left. I'm just gonna make the decrease in the beginning of the row and finish the row. So now we have 4 stitches on our row. This is the part that we're at now. So we're just gonna continue making our strap with 4 stitches on the row, and we're not gonna do any more decrease or increase. And you just go back and forth until your strap, so from the beginning of the bra cup and all the way down, measures a minimum of 75 centimeters. So for the body of the top, you have your 2 bra cups laying next to each other. We're just gonna insert our hook in this corner, and then crochet with half double crochet over the stitches and directly over to the other bra cup, and we're gonna increase with 1 stitch here and 1 stitch in the other end, so 2 stitches per row. So I made 1 extra stitch over here and crocheted all the way over here until the last stitch, and then I just take the other bra cup and make the next stitch into the first stitch on the other bra cup, and then just crochet all the way down, and when I reach the end I make 1 extra stitch in the last stitch. So now I have reached the other side of the top. I'm gonna make 1 extra stitch into the last stitch to do the increase, and then I chain 2 and turn over and make 1 extra stitch into the first stitch, and just continue that until you have your third measurement, which is your waist measurement, subtracted with 25 centimeters. Okay, so now we are almost finished with the top. I just need to make the last edge on the top, so I need to make this part. So I've already made the other edge, as you can see, with the hole, and as the pattern states, depending on how long your body is, you could also make the hole higher up. So if this part is longer, then it might look better if the hole is in one of the first rows where you stopped your increase. So yeah, but mine is quite short, so I just made the hole right here. So for the other row, we start on the right side because we have to go down and up and down again. So we have to make 3 rows. So to make sure that we finish on the right side, we need to start on the right side. So I start in the first stitch of my body. So one single crochet into each of the half double crochet rows. If you skip one row, or if you make 2 single crochets in one row, that's going to be fine as well. Just spread out the stitches on the row. So we need to make 1 single crochet into the last row, and for the 3 chains we need to skip 2 rows. So 1, 2, 3. So I make 1 single crochet here, and then I chain 3, skip 2 rows, and then make 1 single crochet into the last row. And I turn over, no turning chains, and then I just crochet 3 single crochet into the hole here, and then just 1 single crochet into each of the single crochet stitches. And again we turn over, so naturally we skip the first stitch that we're in, and you just crochet the last row on the edge all the way down, and when you finish, you make 1 slip stitch into the last stitch, again just to round out the edge a bit. So now we have our edge and our hole. And obviously you could also have continued the edge up here, but I just wanted to show you this part because this is where we have the hole for the strap. And now I just make 1 chain to secure, and then I can break off the yarn.